Quadrant 2. That means it's out here. This cos is x over r. So there's the 2, there's the negative root 3, which makes that the 1, which makes that 30, which makes that 60. Now, what is the only thing I need? That is all the knowledge you have. What do I need from you? Just the other two ratios. So sine is 1/2, tan is 1 over negative root 3. This is the answer you need. This is what you needed to get it. Some of you might be at the spot right now where you don't need to draw it. You just know XR, you know that the R can't be negative, you know the other side has to be 1 because it's root 3 and 2, and you don't need to draw it. Okay? Do I care if you don't need to draw it? No. But am I aware, because I walk around the class and I'm a with it sort of dude, am I aware of who in this class I think does need to draw it? Yes. So when you hand me work with no drawings and no work, and you've got every answer right, and you sit near somebody who I know can do it, what is the inclination for my belief? That you're a liar. Why? Because you're under the age of 30. And generally, I believe that everybody under the age of 30 has nothing coming out of their mouth but lies. I used to think it was kids, but now since 30 is the new 18, because I have friends in their late 20s that behave worse than you people, I now have lifted that age to 30. I know that makes me sound like a grumpy old man, but it is not the case. It is simply what the evidence has borne out. Quadrant 1. Tan of 1, 1 over 1. So that makes that root 2. So cos equals 1 over root 2. I've already got tan. Sine equals 1 over root 2. These are all worth 2 marks because there's 2 things you need to do. I know I went A to C. Doesn't matter. Quadrant 4. Negative 1, 1, root 2. Cos equals 1 over root 2. Tan equals negative 1. Tan in quadrant 3. Negative 1, negative root 3, 2. Sine equals negative 1/2. Cos equals negative root 3 over 2. All that is out of wheat. Everybody can do it, yes?
Well, heck yeah.
Do I care if you can draw it? No. But if you can draw it, is it possible to do it wrong?
90 minutes, 150, 60, so
Really? Okay. Well, then you're drawing it wrong, right, Rhea? Well, then how did you get it wrong? Which one did you get wrong? And I'm not picking on you. I just need to know. Because for me, once you draw it, how can you do it wrong? Which one did you get wrong? So you got B wrong. So you know that it has to go down into quadrant 4. You drew that, right? And you know that since it's sine, this has to be the hypotenuse, yeah? Which means you know the other two sides have to be 1 and 1, yeah? And you know that negatives go downwards, yeah? Okay, so tan is opposite over adjacent, negative 1 over 1, which is negative 1. And cos is x over hypotenuse, which is positive 1 over root 2. So, again, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying if you can draw it, you shouldn't have gotten one wrong. So somewhere in this drawing, you're making a small mistake. And again, I'm not picking on you, which is what everybody is going to go home and say. Mr. Meyer was so mean to Rhea today. 135's out there, yes? Which means that's 45, yes? Which means it's 1 negative 1 root 2. So the sign is 1 over root 2. 150, also out there. 30, 1, 2, root 3. Cos, negative root 3 over 2. All these are worth 1. Cos 300, down there. This is 60. This is 30. Short side, 1, 2, root 3. This is 1 over 2. Sine of 210, that's down here. 30, negative 1, negative root 3, 2. Sine, negative 1 over 2. That's it. Everybody okay? 120, where's that? That's out here. There's the 60, there's the 30, negative 1, root 3, 2. Tan is opposite over adjacent, so it is negative root 3, because root 3 divided by negative 1 is negative. Tan of 210, that's down here. There's the 30, there's the 60, 1, 2, root 3, negative, negative. Tan of 210 is 1 over root 3, opposite over adjacent. Two negatives make a positive. 225, right in the middle here. 45, negative 1, root 2. Sine, negative 1 over root 2. And tan of 150, right there. 31, negative root 3, 2. Tan of 150 is opposite over adjacent, 1 over root 3, negative. Didn't I already do tan of 150 on here? No, I did tan of 120. Oh, I did tan of 210. All right. Those are all worth 1 for 8, making that assignment out of 16. That's 2 sets of marks I have to get from you, yeah? The other one was assignment 1, and it was out of 18. 18.
Oh, I need to give you my review.
Do you have any homework tonight?
No.
No. Tomorrow we start with sine law. Now, if you were in my pre-dip 10 class, this is all easy peasy. If you were in regular 10, the next 3 things are going to be brand new to you. But it's okay, because it's all calculator work. So you can wrap yourselves in the security blanket of your calculator.
Can you take my review mark real quick?
I suppose.